Well, joining me is an expert in this field, Alan Jones, industrial correspondent for PA Media. Alan, good evening.
Hello.
Is my analysis too harsh, or have I got it right?
Well, as you know, PA Media is we give both sides of every argument, every dispute. Yes. So I think you've set the case for the prosecution, actually. You've got a few things wrong, if you don't mind me just correcting you on a few things. In fact, travel is down back up to about 90% of what it was before the pandemic, Nigel. And one of the main strands of the union argument is that they haven't had a pay rise at all for the last 2 years. You're quite right. There was a big bailout during the pandemic, but also during the pandemic, the rail workers were kind of lauded as the many COVID heroes for carrying on working. So, you know, as far as the unions are concerned, they should then have been rewarded with at least some kind of pay rise. They haven't been given any pay rise. Okay. They're facing quite serious job losses. There's all kinds of rumours about cuts to their pensions, you know, working conditions. So what do you expect unions to do? That this is what they do. They try and protect jobs. They try and protect pay, try and get a decent pay rise. And this has all come together. I don't think there will be a summer of discontent, actually, but this is certainly a big moment for the railways. And at the moment, I can't see any kind of resolution to this.
No, look, you make a very, very fair point, Alan. And you're quite right that so many of these men and women that work on the railways and the underground did work right through the pandemic, exposing themselves perhaps to more risk than many others. And I absolutely accept that. I get that. I accept that. And it's a very fair point to make. But when you're working in an industry that's been running at massive losses, whose volume is down, inevitably there have to be some job losses, don't there?
I mean, I wouldn't say not necessarily. You know, I mean, everyone from the Prime Minister down is trying to get people to go back to work in offices. And for a lot of people, that means travelling on trains. So, you know, it does seem a bit odd while you're trying to get people to go back on trains, to go into work, into offices to regenerate city centres. You're also talking about, you know, cutting jobs and what impact that might have on services. So, you know, that's another argument the unions are making. You know, the railway unions want a flourishing railway. Of course they do. You know, they want more jobs. It means more members for them. And this is not just the RMT, by the way. You mentioned Unite are going on strike in London. ASLEF, the train drivers union, they're involved in several disputes as well over pay. I mean, obviously, if they go on strike, no trains run at all. They're not at the moment, but this is not just the RMT. You know, all of the railway unions are kind of together on trying to get some kind of pay rise, trying to protect jobs and conditions.